Get started with our webinar today. We're going to be touching base on the top 10 ways to optimize your bar or restaurant for 2020. My name is Michael Wagner. I am the Content and Community Manager here at Buzztime. And today I'm joined by Elsa. She is here with Poster POS. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Elsa.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael. Thanks for inviting me. I'd appreciate this opportunity to share the experience I've got working in customer success for Poster POS. For almost a year, I've been communicating with restaurants and bar owners, helping them to get the most out of the Poster POS system and help them optimize their operations. Apart from ensuring their best user experience, my jobs involves answering a lot of questions on how to simplify inventory management or how to use reports and dashboards to get some insights from data for cost optimization and things of that sort. Today I'll do my best to share with you some of my knowledge that might help you manage your business in 2020.
Awesome, Elsa. So yeah, before we kind of get rolling into our presentation today, kind of introduce myself. Like I said, I'm the Content and Community Manager here at Buzztime. I've been here since 2016, where I started in our customer support wing of the company, where I'd handle customers, players, different points of our business. Now I am currently on our marketing team where I help create content for our blog. I also manage our social media and kind of touch base with communities in the bar restaurant, as well as trivia and technology fields. Kind of what I want to touch on first before we get started also was kind of what do we mean when we're talking about optimizing your restaurant or your bar or your business of any kind. It really has to do with decreasing costs and increasing revenue. That's kind of what you think of when you think of optimizing your business, is creating better efficiency, reduce your task time, and improve your efficiency. Integrate new trends and strategies into your business. So like we'll touch on shortly when Elsa talks a little bit about like making over your menu and things like that, is trying different trends that you're seeing within the industry, but maybe not doing everything all at once. Overall, it's about doing more with less and running a more profitable bar or restaurant. Each of the 10 methods that we're going to review today is going to be touching on how this will help optimize your bar or restaurant for 2020. So I'm going to let Elsa kick it off here with our first one, which is going to be on menu makeover.
Thank you, Michael. So yeah, the new year is a perfect time to refresh your menu. Your goal should be to make smart menu updates that improve to your business. First, we'll share ways to increase customer satisfaction by incorporating hot trends. Then the focus shifts to pricing and menu engineering tactics designed to drive more sales. Try a little trendiness. Around this time each year, food companies often release trend outlooks for the year ahead. It may be tempting to try all these exciting trends, but please do resist the temptation. Now, to stay trendy, there is no need to remove your mainstays and customer favorites. To improve business through menu updates, a good rule of thumb is to select 3 to 4 trends and find ways to weave them into your menu. Here's a quick overview of the hardest 2020 culinary trends that experts suggest may help improve business by giving customers a taste of what's trending. So here are the examples. Health conscience still reigns supreme. Buzzwords like GMO-free, local source, gluten-free, all-natural are words that entice younger customers to pay more. Just be sure that if you use these buzzwords, you and your entire staff must know what they mean. For example, you won't improve your business if you promise items that are gluten-free, yet they actually contain wheat. You could make a customer with celiac disease very sick with even trace amounts of wheat. So please do educate yourself first. Research shows that adults try to eat healthier now at restaurants than they did 2 years ago. So yeah, keep that in mind. Meatless is also going strong. Statistics show that nearly 80% of millennials seek out meat-free alternatives. and many of them are not even vegan or vegetarians. So, in your quest to improve business, definitely include a vegan burger on your menu made with Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat ground beef substitutes. Lastly, another tip on this could be for you to add some Middle Eastern or Pan Asian cuisine type of dishes. Research shows that two-thirds of consumers say their favorite restaurant foods provide flavors they can easily duplicate at home. So maybe make dishes using different spices and herbs. Maybe even integrate multiple cuisines on one menu, like Vietnamese pho, Indian curry, Japanese tempura veggies, and desserts with rose and orange water. These just to set some examples. Another theme will be to engage your silent seller to improve business. With simple hacks, your menu can be your secret weapon as you improve business in 2020. In fact, not so long ago, Buzztime and Poster POS just teamed up on a previous webinar to share 7 tips to increase menu sales. You can go and check the webinar recap in Buzztime's website after this, and we will also be posting this blog after the webinar, and we'll post in links of all of these mentioned. Everything matters when it comes to menu engineering, from the fonts you use to the way you use prices, even how you name your dishes matters. I'll mention some examples of ways to improve business via your menu. For example, you can use vivid descriptive menu titles to increase sales up to 27%. Also, you can remove zeros and dollar signs from your menu to boost sales, or try fancier fonts and use italics. Both have been proven to increase sales. Michael? Oh, sorry, Michael, I cannot hear you. I don't know about the rest.
Mic off of mute. So yeah, what I'm going to touch base on first is going to be upgrading your marketing methods. The first of which is going to be digital signage. Digital signage is a huge opportunity for bars and restaurants to create in-venue marketing opportunities. Digital signage can turn your TVs into these customizable billboards. Simple software from something like us here at Buzztime can turn your TV screens into digital ads. We include things like templates that it can do for pre-programming. So if you have a certain time that you want to promote a happy hour or let's say Taco Tuesday, you want to be promoting that not on Tuesday necessarily, but leading up to that day. So making sure that you have some sort of scheduling ads, and you can do that through digital signage. You can promote different upcoming events, like if you're going to launch a new menu or if you're going to try some different specials. It's just a great tool for you to advertise yourself in venue, and so people come back for that second and third visit. And digital signage has shown that it really does work. Recently, a Nielsen study found that digital signage at the point of sale, basically where guests are with you, increased sales of the items featured in those advertisements up to 33%. So that really shows the value of digital signage in restaurant or in venue. It goes to show that if you're utilizing your TVs for more than just, let's say, the football game, different things like that, it just allows for you to get those second and third visits that is so crucial in the bar and restaurant industry. Next is creating a content calendar. I know with the rise of social media, content is king, and knowing when you're going to be posting things, creating kind of a schedule and a structure is very important when it comes to marketing your business. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel when you're trying to post different content. I really would recommend is outlining a year in advance and get ideas for social media and email content. So what that means is kind of looking at what people have done over the past year on different, calendar days. Let's say there's some obscure different holidays that maybe feature into your business, utilizing those as creative little capture points on your content on social as well as email is such a huge point in which that you can build your marketing plan. It also just saves time by preparing your content. So as much as you may want to just be like, hey, I'm going to take some pictures of some food, post it up on my Instagram, that just can take up a lot of time during the day. It may not seem like a lot, but being able to maybe 2 hours a week planning out your content for the entire week, taking pictures, creating imagery and different things like that is just a huge part of getting yourself ahead. And a lot of times when you're trying to create content day of, you might get pulled in different directions and the content doesn't go out when you need it to go out. So creating that time frame where you're creating the content and you're scheduling out everything can just help make sure that the content goes out when it needs to and that it is engaging for your customers. I mean, things such as there's different apps I would really recommend if you are trying to build up your social game. There's a website called Canva. You can create easy advertisements or Facebook posts, Twitter posts, Instagram posts using Canva that just build it up a little bit. And it's completely free. You can pay for different design elements and things like that. But even just with the base Canva experience, you can really step your game up a whole lot in the social media spot. Even something like Hootsuite is a great tool as well. That is a way that you can pre-schedule your posts in advance for all social platforms. So if let's say you create a image in Canva that you do want to utilize on, say, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter all at once, Hootsuite would basically allow you to schedule out that content. But what I would say, if you are deciding to do a blanket post across all platforms, make sure it's the correct format. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter are all going to have different formats for different images. So just because an image looks great on Facebook doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look great on Twitter or on Instagram. So just being aware of that is huge and important, and definitely goes a long way in creating good and engaging content for your customers. Lastly, that I'll touch on for marketing is going to be automating your email campaign. The use of email management software can be a very large boom for you and your business. Looking at something like an email management software like Mailchimp or Constant Contact is a huge resource for you as a business, because what you can do is you can, for a low cost, I mean, usually free to under $100 per month, depending on how many subscribers you have to that email service. It can really help boost your marketing opportunity. Definitely use you need to definitely be using email marketing. It packs a powerful return on investment of about 38 to 1. So email marketing is a huge part that you can be dipping into in 2020 to kind of help boost yourself as a company. I know a lot of people that will watch this are already like, yeah, of course I do automated email campaigns, but just email has such a high ROI. It's important to focus on it, because if you're just kind of putting out lackadaisical content on your email that isn't engaging, it's just going to go directly into the trash when someone swipes over it. So creating headlines that are important, as well as creating just engaging content, can be just a huge part of getting people to come into your restaurant, utilize specials and different things like that. I'd also recommend including like a pop-up code so you can invite people to join your emailing list, and have pop-ups on your website. Let's say you can incentivize it. So I know you probably see this when you go to different merchants now. It'll say, hey, do you want a 20% off your next purchase just for signing up for our email program? You see a lot of people will go in there for that deal, and then usually will not unsubscribe from the email. So you have them for a good chunk of time. So once you do capture that, make it count. So yeah, next I'm going to pass it back over to Elsa. She's going to talk about optimizing your operations.
Thank you, Michael. And yes, so in order to optimize your operation, of all decisions you make in either your bar, coffee shop, or restaurant business to improve it, to choose the right POS system is critical. So, um, it's important to make the right choice when you select a POS software, since these will predefine the stability of your operations, the flexibility of your business, and even your ability to scale it. Either if you're a small or a large business owner, the good news is that you're not longer bound to buy limiting point of sale hardware to run a POS system. So instead of buying an expensive register, having to find a room for a large computer server, and then hiring a system administrator for troubleshooting, you have another option to improve your business, a cloud-based POS solution. Wouldn't it be better to let the vendor take care of your data and assist your staff with everything? That's a surefire way to improve business and optimize your operations. So, for example, um, if you choose Poster POS, you can install the POS app on your iPad, Android, or Windows tablet. Then you simply buy a subscription plan at a price that starts at just $29 a month, and you are all set. So to optimize and improve business, look for a cloud-based POS system that is mature enough to become your all-in-one hand solution. The more you can get out of the box, the fewer integrations and additional softwares you'll need in the future. With Poster POS, you don't just ring up sales on your tablet. There is so much more in the way of tools to help you improve business. There is a robust admin panel where you can manage your menu, inventory, finances, promotions, and so much more. In some cases, restaurant owners aren't even aware that their POS has the power to improve business beyond just ringing up sales. This problem can involve in two things: business owners that initially overinvested, or that the software is not user-friendly, or the vendor has a weak customer success strategy. So buying an expensive solution that has features that you have never used, or that if you notice that support that the software you bought is not sufficient, you probably should change. To avoid the first problem, take advantage of free trials and product demos offered by software vendors. They may promise to improve business. Well, let them prove it. Play around with the POS system, then try to communicate with the customer support. At Poster POS, we provide assistance via chat and by phone. Our customer success representatives do their best to help you to use the system to the fullest and to help you improve your business. On other things, another way to, along with food and beverage purchases, labor is your largest expense. Experts suggest that the labor compromises 30 to 35% of total sales for financially sustainable restaurants. So it only makes sense that you look to managing your teams as a way to improve business for the new year. POS solutions like Poster POS can cover a huge portion of functionality you need to improve business by improving employee management. For example, you can track the work time for every employee and set up an automatic calculation of their wages. Whether you pay a fixed rate per hour or want to take into account the percentage from personal sales, your POS solution should help you to set these things up easily so you can get the payroll calculated for every staff member. If you need more tools for employee management, you can deploy apps that simplify scheduling and improve team communications. So just to mention a few of them, I will mention 7Shift and Shift Note. So the first one, employees, and you must know this happens a lot, employees will often send text or emails, make phone calls, and just tell their manager on the fly that they can make it out to work or need someone to cover their shift. So this becomes a juggling act for the manager. This app or apps such as 7Shifts digitizes everything about staff scheduling, all in one place. Employees send time off or change requests and also receive their schedules through the app. Staff can even chat with each other to coordinate shift swaps. About Shift Note, this is another tool that can optimize management and improve business. It features many of many of the same functionality offered by 7Shift, but also served as a digital logbook for managers. So shift-to-shift communication between managers is therefore tracked. So you, as the owner, can check it to make sure everything is running smoothly. Next up, let's talk about inventory management and its role in your quest to improve business. Having the right tool for your inventory management opens opportunities for cost optimization in multiple areas, such as lowering food costs, eliminating sitting inventory, optimizing purchase, or improving profit margins. Your ability to optimize cost and improve business depends a lot on what data is collected in your inventory system and what kind of reports and dashboards you have at hand. But you're in luck, some POS systems like Poster POS provides you with the valuable insights into inventory management and even include powerful tools. Best of all, most of these tools are included with the purchase of your POS. So here are some examples. Low item supply. Everyone knows that to improve business, customers needs to be happy. That means you can run out of their favorite food items. POS systems like Poster will send you alerts when items are low based on preset low quantities you set. Or another thing could be automatic purchase monitoring. So to improve business, you've got to stop overspending. And that means that it's super important for you to watch your inventory and track your vendor prices. And today's POS systems can help you to just do that. For example, if you pull up in the item to reorder in Poster POS, you will see the previous price you ordered it at last time. So you can see if there is any variance in cost. Next up, Michael will explain us a bit more how to improve our business.
Our final two topics, which are going to have to do with adding entertainment into your bar or restaurant. I think as someone who does work for an entertainment company for that mostly serves bars and restaurants, I am always looking for entertainment when I am going into any bar or restaurant now. I think when you are going somewhere, you want to be engaged and you want to go someplace where you're going to have a ton of fun. So I think that is a huge step, I think, for bars and restaurants going forward in 2020 is just creating this place where people aren't just on their phones the whole time. Um, just, checking Instagram or going on Facebook and things like that. If they are using their phones, we want them to be engaging with the restaurant. So if that's using it for trivia, using it for using it, like how to sign up for your different loyalty programs, things like that. So yeah, let's look at kind of what 2020 looks like. On-demand entertainment, I think, is kind of the biggest way that you, as a business, can really upgrade the fun of your bar or restaurant. Making every visit fun is a powerful way to streamline loyalty and customer satisfaction. In a recent Facebook loyalty study that surveyed 14,000 Facebook users, they described, if they had to describe their favorite business in 2 words, the first one was quality, and the second one was fun. So it's out there that people want to have fun when they're out, because if they're not having fun when they're going out, what's the point of going out? So there are quite a few different tracks that you can go with when it comes to on-demand entertainment. Of course, here at Buzztime, we do offer 24/7 trivia network that lets guests join trivia competitions, play poker on their on tablets. We even have a new smartphone app that allows them to play on their phones. You don't need any actual additional equipment as far as like tablets or the playmakers that we used to employ. It's just a simple box that plugs into your TV, like an Apple TV or a Chromecast, and then you're able to broadcast trivia as well as utilize it for ad space, like we discussed earlier. Um, but we also do offer those handheld tablet experiences as well. So that can be a way for you to also market yourself, market specials, market different events that are coming up, as well as have a thing for anyone to use for engagement. There's an arcade on there that allows kids to be distracted when maybe mom and dad want to have a night out, but their kid won't stay sitting in their chair. So having something like that tablet in front of them that kind of engages them, keeps them in their seat, and allows the parents to have a really enjoyable night. And then when they're thinking about going out on a date night again, they're like, hey, if we have to bring our child along with us, this is an option because it keeps them engaged and then keeps them sitting in their seat. Uh, Optimizing repeat visits and attracting new customers, 7 out of 10 are most likely to choose locations with Buzztime, is an actual recent study that was developed back here in 2019 from Nielsen. So I think it's a huge opportunity is having some sort of on-demand, even if it isn't Buzztime, having something in your venue that really does engage with your customer base and helps them want to come back again. Another thing that is trending is just special events. I think that special events are a great way, I think, for people of the millennial and Gen Z variety to come out and do something. For myself, I find myself at a lot of wine and paint nights. Purely because of my fiance, but it really creates a reason for maybe us to go somewhere new, try something different, whether it's like painting a pint glass, potting a terrarium, or just painting a masterpiece on a portrait. That's kind of a way that is going to bring myself, someone that is in firmly a millennial, into your business because it's something that's different from what I can get anywhere else. I can go into any kind of chain restaurant to get food fast. It's if I'm coming into your place of business, I want to come in and I want to have a good time, and I want to be engaged. Even something like weekly open mic nights for local musicians or comedy people that are trying to break into stand up. It's a great way if your location really can utilize this. It's a great way to build a community footprint as well. If you're featuring local artists, you're featuring local comedians. It really is a way for you to build yourself up in the community, but also bring, people in. If that comedian has some sort of pull of maybe even if it's as low as 10 or 15 extra people into your restaurant, it'll create a way for you to show yourself off to the community. Another way is live trivia. I know we offer different live in a digital solution, but we also have a sister company that does live hosted trivia. So if you do want something that's like maybe more sporadic, maybe you want to do a Tuesday trivia night, that is an option that you could consider for doing creating a little bit more engagement and some special events. You even have your local. You can even do something as simple as like a dance parties or bartending demos, or do something along the lines of like bar games, like you have a cornhole tournament, or you have something along those lines. It's just doing something different uh, that is going to set you apart from those that are nearby or that you're competing with. So yeah, I think kind of the conclusions to take away from today's presentation that Elsa and I are kind of gave out is just make sure that you're always looking at your menu, making over your location, and it doesn't have to be dramatic changes, just trying to incorporate trends that are currently happening in the industry, and trying to do it in your own specific way and not trying to try everything all at once. See what works, test things, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to build that up properly. Entertainment drives business. Just what I was touching on in the last two slides. People want to be engaged. They want to have fun when they go out. So set yourself apart from a lot of people in your area and do something fun and different. Whether it's trivia, whether it's open mics, whether it's a paint night, creating this sense of differentiation as well as fun is going to be huge way for you to build up your business. And then finally, optimization. You want to be making sure that you're upgrading yourself when it comes to your inventory management, your email marketing, using different tools that are out there to help streamline your business, as well as make it something that is very helpful for your customers, and is going to bring back more people into your business. So yeah, I want to thank Elsa for joining us today, and for Poster for being a partner with us here in the webinar. If you do have any questions, go ahead and use the chat to your right on either your screen, if you're on a computer, or on your phone. Go ahead and type that in the chat room. If you do have any questions, be happy to answer. Also, I have listed both of our emails on here. If you do need to reach out and you have any questions about the webinar, about Poster, or about Buzztime, we'll be happy to answer those for you. So yeah, we're probably going to hang out here for another 5 or 10 minutes. So if you do have any questions that do come to mind, please let us know. We'll be happy to answer them for you. And for those of you that are going to be stepping out of the room, just want to thank you once again for attending our webinar.
Also, do please feel free to contact me at any point. And Michael, again, thank you so much for inviting us. It's great to team up with you.
Hang out here with our mics muted here for the next 5 or 10 minutes. So if any of the people that still are remaining in chat have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat box to your right. As far as like links to different studies or things that we mentioned in the sent out links in the emails, they'll be sent out as a recap to the webinar. So I really appreciate you attending, and yeah, we'll be sending out like a recap for everything, and we'll have all the links attached in there. You're talking about how to monetize our trivia games to your benefit. So what you can utilize as far as Buzztime Trivia for is bringing people in using either live events or the always on option. So we have an always on Buzztime Trivia that's playing 24/7, different things like that. Okay, so you had a question how to get liquor companies to sponsor my bar trivia event. I don't have the expertise on how to have a liquor company sponsor your bar's trivia events. But if you do know of any sort of local distilleries, local breweries, I would say try to start local. I know for myself here in Southern California, we have a plethora of different microbrews, different things like that, that are always open to doing some sort of work within local businesses or local communities. So I would start at the local level and then go from there. Utilizing social media is a huge part of that. Making sure that that would be my first point of contact. Figuring out Instagram pages, Twitter accounts, Facebook, and trying to contact them through there because that's where they're going to be the most active. And then going from there, like I said, building yourself up. Once you do maybe have a few different businesses or companies that want to sponsor your trivia event, having them contribute different things, such as different prizes, gift cards, liquor, things like that. Okay, Andrew. Yeah, I mean, if that's what if alcohol is where you think the money is, then I would definitely try to target them. Then, so yeah. About the utilizing trivia for your business. It can be a very helpful way to build up a solid customer base as well. So yeah, I want to thank you for those questions. So yeah, we got another minute or two just to answer any questions that any of you guys still have. I'd be happy to answer those for you guys. Utilizing advertising through your TVs. I know there's actual just straight up digital signage companies. The issue with a local, if you're trying to do it through local cable companies, I think is a little bit more difficult. I don't know offhand if there's any companies that offer you like a way to pass through like the digital cable signal and then have some sort of template on your screen. The way it works for, I'll just like how BuzzTime works is that the trivia games are taking up the majority of the screen, and then on the left-hand side you'll have your bar or restaurant in the top left-hand corner, and then it'll have an advertisement there. The issue with doing it through like a local cable companies, I don't know how you would have the digital signage as well as having the local, if you wanted to have your local cable broadcast happening. There might be a company out there that provides it, but I unfortunately don't know of any offhand. So yeah, that might be something to look into if that's something you're looking for. I know with most digital signage companies, you'll see the signage, but then they'll have something like Chive TV playing, or they'll have something along those lines playing on the majority of the screen. And then having some sort of advertisement running along with that programming. So that's kind of how the whole digital signage would work. So yeah, I would look into seeing if there's any way, if there's any company out there that maybe provides kind of an overlay for your regular broadcast. But again, sorry, I don't know offhand. 40 mark. So I'm going to let Elsa go and I'm going to let all of you go. I really appreciate everyone joining us for the webinar today. If you are looking for a recap as well, oh, sorry, got interrupted here by another question from Denise. How do we get the list of locations to have the trivia group come to us? So we have, you can head over to our sister company. We have Stump Trivia. I'll put their link on here. You can contact them to see if they're in your area. So they can come in, 1 or 2 times a week, just to run a trivia event for you. You can either do that. What we do here, the buzz time portion of that, is we do more of like technology-based trivia. So it would be always on trivia on one of your TVs. But if you are looking for something that is like bring a trivia like host in, I would try stumptrivia.com, which I linked there in the chat. Anyone does have any other questions, I would say try now here in the next minute or two, and then we'll wrap up. I again want to thank everyone for joining us, and if there are no more questions, I think that will wrap us up for the day. Again, I want to thank Elsa Poster for joining us for another webinar, and I want to thank everyone for attending. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and here's looking forward to the weekend.